5. I'm talking about 5. Blabber Brains Show is 5 years old. I can't believe it's really 5. It's 5. It's so great to be alive. It's 5. It's time to celebrate and do away with all the hate. It's 5. Come on, brainiacs, let's do this.
Blabber Brains.
Hey, happy 5th anniversary, everybody. Brainiacs, you did it. You got us to 5 years. Woo-hoo. Hey, I got another one. Woo-hoo. All right. Can you believe it's 5 years already? Hey, this is Michael Kadri. I am your host, and my co-host over there in the signature hat and glasses is the Big M, Mark Anthony. What is happening? Happy 5th anniversary.
I'm just sitting over here looking at you with that goofy hat on.
Goofy? This is classic, man. This is like goes back to when you were a kid, man.
I think you should put on some makeup and be that troubled clown.
Oh.
Whatever that play is.
Puddles Pity Party or something like that. I don't know. He's a good singer, that Puddles. So how you been, man? It's been a little while since we had a show here.
I'm good. How about you?
The same. Got a knee problem, but we won't go into that because nobody wants to hear about aches and pains. And this is celebration after all, right?
Well, you must want to talk about it. You brought it up. So what's up with your knee?
I just sprained my knee, and when you get older, it's for whatever reason, like the pain went away, and then all of a sudden, magically, it came back. I was like, everything okay? It's fine. It's healing. Everything's good. And woke up one day and like, what the heck? Like I didn't do anything. I didn't overexert myself. Didn't bend it the wrong way. Whatever. It just for whatever reason, it decided to start hurting again. And so this is where we're at. But so we had since our last episode, our 4th anniversary, we had it on my birthday. So my birthday was last week. So for my birthday, I developed a new catchphrase. See what you think about it. My catchphrase is not bad for a guy pushing 60. Right?
So, that's all right.
That's all right. Well, because look, you can recycle it, right? Whenever I turn 60 someday, I can say, not bad for a 60-year-old. And then when I'm in my 60s, it's, hey, not bad for a guy in his 60s. You know what I mean? So you can just keep recycling it over and over and over again. And what I mean by that, I mean, like, I'm doing pretty good, probably better than I should be, probably better than I deserve. So, I'm not doing too bad for a guy pushing 60.
Well, I just prefer not to say anything. I just say my knee's bothering me, but not even throw any age out there to anybody.
Well, age is a weird thing, right? Because like the older you get, like your mind and your body and your spirit and any of that stuff doesn't seem to age. You may get wiser, as they say, might gain a little bit more wisdom, but I look at a 40-year-old person and think we're like about the same age. And
I do too.
No, we're not. That's so weird. It's so weird. And, I think you see someone in their 40s, you're like, oh, right. Yeah. Somebody close to my, and it's no. So I don't know. It was just weird because, my dad turned 80, went down there. Hey, Pops, shout out to my Pops, who's now 80 years old. He's embraced it. He's loving it. We had a big blowout for him. He loved it. We had a lot of people over. We were smoking cigars. It was a good time. I know that if you could have gone, you probably would have been there, Big M. But we celebrated a little bit back in February. And we had the Kentucky Derby. And that was a really good race, really close race. I won some money. I'm not going to disclose how much because, I don't want the IRS coming after me. So we'll just say I won a little bit of money because I don't gamble a whole lot of money, right? If you don't gamble a whole lot, you're not going to win a whole lot. But I like to win. So
yeah, I didn't play. I was, I happened to be at home for the main race, and I went to that Twin Spears where I have an account.
Twin Spires,
yeah. and I couldn't get logged in. So it said, okay, well, if you can't remember your password, put in your email address. And they ask you a couple steps to verify it's you. Okay, well, we'll send you the link to reset if we find your email address. Well, I never got the link. So I get back on his site. I'm like, okay, well, who knows? Maybe after a certain period of time, your account just drops off. And so I went back in to set up a new account. Well, that email address already exists. So click this to get, and it would just never gave it to me. And I would have, because there was, I think, 4 horses that I was going to pick and put $4 on each of them to place so they could come in first or second. And one of them did hit. The horse that came in second, I can't remember, it was at the 2 horse or something like that. And when I added everything up, I would have lost money on the overall bet anyhow. So it was no big deal, but I was trying.
I had to bet on Mystic Dan because everybody was talking about Mystic Dan. We were over at my brother-in-law's house. His name is Dan. And everybody's like, Mystic Dan, Mystic Dan. I'm like, I have to bet on him because if I don't, I'm going to feel like a real schmuck if he wins and I didn't bet on him. So it was only like a few dollar bet. And thankfully it worked out because I also had some free money sitting over on FanDuel. So I placed a bet there. Also won on Mystic Dan over there too. So, hey, it was a good day all around.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Rivers Casino doesn't take. I have a Bet Rivers account, and they do not allow. You cannot bet horse racing here in PA, which is crazy because you could bet on other sporting events across the world. I could bet on the African Kickball League if I wanted to, But for some reason, when it comes to horse racing, I don't even see on the same account where I could even bet the harness races that take place at one of the casinos here at the Meadowlands. So I tried that and I didn't get it. I didn't get a bet in. And I was like, oh, geez, I could use another email address. It's getting cut into close. And I would have lost money anyhow. So not that I lost a lot, but I wouldn't have won anything even with my winner because of the other horses that I bet. So,
So anyways, for our 5th anniversary show, it's going to be a little bit different format. We got some special guests dropping by. Some we know are coming, some we don't know are coming. Maybe pop in and pop out. So anyways, it's going to be kind of a weird format. Mark and I will be talking even a little bit in between the interviews that we have. We thought it'd be fun to bring back some guests who were on the show previously and talk about how wonderful the life has just exploded after being on Blabber Brains Show, because I'm sure with all that exposure that they are now big and rich and famous and selling out everything that they do, whoever they are. Anyways, also we got some former guests wishing us happy 5th anniversary. So we'll be hearing from some of those guests as well. And so it's going to be a little bit different format. So all I can say is hang in there. Bear with us. We're going to have some good conversations. The other interviews are going to be shorter than normal, but we're going to get through this show and we're going to have a good time and we're going to celebrate a little more. Woo-hoo, wait, the dud. It's not a dud. Oh, fail. There you go. Woohoo. All right.
Jeez, what was that one of those Dollar General ones? All I seen was a little puff and it looked like a single ply, one piece of toilet paper come flying out of it. Like one square.
That came from Party City, man. These are supposed to be quality poppers, man. There's a lot of stuff in there.
That's pretty bad.
It's the frame rate. I'll blame it on the video frame rate or something like that. So who knows? Anyways, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with our first guest. We'll make it a surprise. How about that? So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back with our surprise guest.
Blabber Brains.
Hey, what's up? It's John with Skillet. Happy 5th anniversary to Blabber Brains Show. Yeah.
Blabber Brains Show. Michael Kedry, my buddy. You guys, 5 years? You kidding me? Bad English. Didn't make it 5 years. The Babies didn't make it 5 years. In Bad English, we had a #1 song. Still, 5 years? How'd you do it, kid? Really, seriously, you guys, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Let's make it another 10.
Hey everybody, this is Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot, dropping by to wish Blabber Brains a headbanging 5th anniversary.
Hey guys, John Elefante here. I just want to tell you that me and Michael Cadry have been friends about 10 years, and I really want to congratulate him on his Blabber Brains show having a 5-year anniversary. 5 years, it's a great show. I have a blast doing it, and I hope he can do it another 50 years. Check the show out when you get a chance. It's very, very good. Very in-depth, cool stuff. Nothing shallow. God bless you.
Happy 5-year anniversary, Blabber Brains. I was so honored to be on the show, and I hope you guys invite me back. Love to come back. I think what you guys are doing is awesome, and I'm so stoked for 5 more years and then some.
Blabber Brains.
All right, welcome back to our 5th anniversary of Blabber Brains Show. Let's do it. Wait, hold on. We got another one of these. We got more. Go. Woo-hoo. How's that? That was better. Woo-hoo. All right. Let's welcome.
What happened to the noise?
I don't know, man. Let's welcome back to the show, Keli Price, everybody. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks
All
for
right,
having me.
yeah. Boy, Keli, it's amazing. You are our first guest on our 4th season, helping us celebrate our 4th anniversary. Now here you are on our 5th anniversary show. So I don't know, man. This is like getting to be
Every
a habit
year.
with you.
Every year, man. Every year.
Yeah, did you get last year's? Did you get last year's winnings in the mail for being the first one on?
I did.
A year's supply of
I sent
rice-a-roni.
it my way. It's lost in the mail, but it'll
Yeah.
get
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lifetime supply of rice-a-roni.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, he still has to report that. So just, keep a tight lip on that. Says, you still have to report that to the IRS. So we sent you nothing. We sent you nothing, Keli. Anyways, hey, we wanted to get you back on the show here for our anniversary show, just to do a follow-up, see what you got going on. I know you've been a busy guy. Seeing your post and everything. You just had the Beverly Hills.
We just had the premiere of Murder at Hollow Creek, which I produced and I wrote, and our company was the production company on it, Price Productions, and it just premiered at the Beverly Hills Film Festival.
Right, that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great premiere this past week, and the awards gala was on Sunday night. They did such a great job with that festival. It was
awesome.
really, really, really fun. And the movie's coming out in August. So we just signed a distribution deal on that, and it'll be out late August. So the second I have a date, I will let you guys know.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Yep. It certainly has. To see it on the big screen was absolutely awesome. That one, a lot of blood and tears went into that one. We had tornadoes during the shoot. We had all different types of vehicles on that one. I had an actress, Penelope Ann Miller, that was caught in a tornado. Her flight was in a tornado. Yeah, and she had to reroute, and it was crazy getting her to Mississippi. Getting her to the location was crazy. So we had a lot of obstacles similar to that while I was on set there. And so it's so much more special when you get to the finish line and you see it on screen, and to be there with my wife and my friends and everybody that had a hand in it was very special. It was really cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
But, and you could have had the cameras out and filming the tornado and incorporated it into another movie or something,
Apparently there's an app in those states, those tornado states, where they tell you where the tornado is. And if you drive towards it, it'll be like, oh, tornado's coming in on your left.
Wow. Holy smokes.
You can imagine people chasing them with that app.
Right? Yeah, it's like Twister 57 over here, making a Twister movie.
Well, the last time you were on, you were promoting The Curse of Wolf Mountain, right?
That's right, I wasn't I?
So I ended up buying the film and watching it. It was a fun flick. Matt Rife in the movie as well. And,
He's in Murder at Hollow Creek as well.
Oh, okay. So you got a little friendship going on there, huh? Use
Yeah.
that guy up and use Mickey Rourke up, whatever you can do, right?
Yeah, Matt and I have been friends for a while, and then Jessica Lord, who his girlfriend Jessica Lord was in our movie Murder at Hollow Creek as well. She's fantastic in that movie. Absolutely
Nice.
Incredible.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And
thanks.
go ahead. Yeah, I was going to say also while I was in Florida, I got to watch Bandit, the poster behind you. It just made me think of it, which you are one of the producers of, and that was a fun flick with Mel Gibson. And it was different. It was pretty fun to watch. So hopefully it was just as fun to be a part of making it.
It absolutely was. It's such an awesome script, and kudos to Craig Wenman for writing such a beautiful script. And I heard this morning actually that he's not doing great. I think he's in the hospital on Instagram. So wishing him the absolute best, hoping he gets well, sending love and prayers his way.
Prayers for him, man. No,
Yeah,
that's a shame. I hope it's nothing too serious. But
me too. I just saw it this morning. It's sad. It's sad to see stuff like that, but I hope it's nothing serious too. I really don't know, but wishing him the best.
Well, bummer news on a happy day. So we'll keep him in our thoughts and prayers. So that's all exciting. Murder at Hollow Creek coming out. What else you got brewing right now, my son?
Yeah, Murder at Hollow Creek, that's coming out in August, and we've got this movie with Stephen Lang and Dolph Lundgren and Harvey Keitel called Mafia Wars. That's coming out. We just did this movie in Vancouver with Stephen Dorff called Slant, which will be out this coming year, and we did this movie with Frank Grillo. So we've got several movies that are coming out within the next 12 months, and Murder at Hollow Creek should be the first one of this new batch.
Awesome. Yeah, you sound like a busy fella.
That Mafia War sounds interesting to me. Now that sounds like my kind of movie.
Yeah, it was changed. The title was changed. It was called Deep Styx, and it changed to Mafia Wars. That's with Cam Gigande, and that's a really cool movie. So we're excited about that one. But it's so funny. I was talking about movie titles the other night when I was at the awards, and like Murder at Hollow Creek was a few different titles as well. Almost all of our movies change titles before they get released, and it's so interesting to see them change and what distributors end up liking and what we end up deciding on. There's so many iterations of titles. Yeah.
Well, even Star Wars had its title changed, right? So.
Oh, really?
Well, the Empire Strikes Back, I believe. Well, I think both of them had their titles changed. So, and I don't want I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I don't want people coming after me. So I am drawing a blank on what the original name was. So I'm not even going to attempt to guess what it was. I think I know what it is, but I'm not even going to guess in case I'm wrong. Then everybody will attack me for saying, "What the heck? How do you even know that?" So, but yeah, they had their titles changed as well as some projects that I've worked on as well. Titles change and stuff like that. It's just something that happens. Maybe you land on something that's a little more marketable or something like that.
Yeah.
But
no, totally. It happens, man.
And also the last time you were on, we were talking about the project you and I are working on, Mulligans, a little bit. We are still trying to move that thing forward. This is what happens in the movie industry, right? Something could take off like instantaneously, and you can write it and get it filmed and in the studios in less than a year from the time that you think of the movie and get it done. And others take years to get accomplished. But hopefully, I think we're getting a little bit closer each time. We keep working it out. So, but there's a slight sense of urgency now, because the word is out that they're working on Happy Gilmore 2. And I think that if we get our movie made before Happy Gilmore 2, that would be a good thing. If it comes out after Happy Gilmore 2, maybe not so much of a good thing, because it'll be already kind of saturated. It'll be, another golf comedy. We just saw golf. So we'll have to, it'll be God's timing, I guess, and all that.
But I'm proud of us. We've overcome some stuff here lately, you and I, and I'm proud of us. We've really kind of gotten to that next rung together and coming up with new ideas together. And it's never easy making a movie, but we've really made some strides lately. So
yeah, that's
awesome.
the other thing that came out of this whole ordeal of trying to find people to work with is I ended up going through a rewrite of the whole entire script, and I didn't really want to do that. No writer wants to do that, right? But boy, it ended up being a better story in the end. And still long, we got to trim it back. We know that, but I think overall, it's a better premise for a film. Yeah. So hopefully, I think that's the reason why that happened. And in the end, it'll be better off for it. But
100%.
So you working on any more kids? No, you.
Yeah.
What, number 2?
We want more kids. We want more kids, but our hands are full. We almost have our kid's almost 1.
Wow, I know, that's crazy.
He's awesome. It's just the best thing ever. And I said to my wife, if we have more kids now, and like she wants 5 kids, I'm like, 5 kids?
Wow.
I'm not gonna remember their names. I'm like, man, I have to remember each one and like specific thing. And I don't know, man.
That's when you come up with nicknames for them. You just come up with nicknames. That's all.
Yeah.
It'd be like George Foreman and just name everybody the
George.
same name.
Yeah. George Foreman called all his kids George.
Yeah. George 1, George 2, George 3. No, that's
you never have to forget about it. So you want more, but if you want 5 kids, she wants 5 kids, man, you better get cracking. I mean, you're still very young. Don't get me wrong. You're still a very young lad, but 5 kids is a lot, man. And the older you get, the harder it gets to raise those kids. So I know, cause I started late. I started when I was older than you. So
how many kids do you have?
I only have 2. I have 2 girls. And one of them, my youngest, is about to turn 21 this year. So I'll have 2 kids over 21. And the weird thing is, like, to me, like, I don't feel old enough to have 2 kids over the age of 21. But the weird thing is both of my parents were grandparents when they were in their 40s. And I have friends that I graduated high school with because they had kids so young and their kids had kids so young. They have grandkids who are graduating high school.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
That's absolutely crazy.
I couldn't even fathom that. It just blows my mind that I'm like, okay, I guess I am old enough to have 21-year-olds, but just to me, it doesn't seem like that's real, but
Wow. Yeah. My grandfather was 50 when I was born. So we're 50 years apart, the big 50. And that's, a lot of my friends,
what's going on here? My screen keeps flashing.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's because of the
yeah, we're not seeing anything over here, Mike.
It might be my TV or something. I'm not sure if the lights I have on here are heating it up or what, but I don't know. I might have a blackout here soon.
The 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, the whole TV might blow up. What a surprise that would be.
That's awesome. Well, congrats on the 5-year. That's exciting. That's
really, thank you, sir. And we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, as we heard, to come back on the show and update us as to what's going on. And I'm sure more and more work is coming your way as a result of being on Blabber Brains Show. I'm pretty sure that you probably got 1 million phone calls whenever your episode aired. And so I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, I'm happy to have contributed to your career and make sure it takes off like a skyrocket.
You guys are my PR vehicle, and I'll come back on every anniversary.
There you go.
You guys are so awesome. I love being on the show, hanging out with you guys. I just have so much fun. But this has been great, and I wish you guys the best. I hope to come back for number 6.
All right. Well, let's see if we're around that long. I don't know if they don't pull the plug. My TV doesn't blow up on me and pull the plug on us. So far we haven't offended the internet yet, but you never know. In today's day and age, that could be any second now. But
you never know.
All right, Keli. Well, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with another surprise guest. And in the meantime, we'll listen to some messages from past guests on the show. And we'll be back with one more surprise guest. And who knows, may have more after that. So stick around with us. And let's give a big round of applause for Keli Price. And we'll see you around next time, Keli.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both.
Blabber Brains.
What's up, y'all? It's Jonny Hetherington from Art of Dying here, and just want to wish you guys from sunny LA. Just want to wish you a huge happy 5th anniversary. Blabber Brains, 5 years old, baby. Congrats, you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Here's to 5 more.
Happy 5th anniversary to the boys of Blabber Brains. Mike, Mark, congratulations on this huge feat. And here is to the next 5 years of continued great content. Congratulations and happy anniversary, boys. Cheers from Jamaica, man.
What's up, Blabber Brains family? I'm super stoked that this is your 5th anniversary. So happy anniversary. Michael, Mark, the work that you're doing is awesome. Thank you for providing a place for creatives and people to come share their stories and just be encouraged by both of you. So Michael, Mark, thank you so much for just being generous with your platform. Thank you for giving small town kids like me a voice, and just thank you. And to the people that listen in every single week, I'm speaking for them too. So love you guys so much. Thank you for your support and for having me on the show. Out of anybody, you could have had anyone, but you chose to have me. So thank you. I'll always be grateful for that. Happy 5 years. And here's to 5 more. Talk soon.
Blabber Brains.
All right, welcome back to Blabber Brains Show, 5th anniversary celebration. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I wish these things made noise. They just kind of blow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll dub something in. I'll dub in noise like doo-doo. But so it was awesome getting Keli Price back on the show. And you know, it just amazes me that this show, you know, the idea for this show is we were hoping that we would have sponsors by now, kind of grow the show a little bit more. Hasn't worked out the way we planned it, but we still keep getting quality guests on our show. Keli's whether you know his name or you don't know his name, you know, he's an actor, he's a producer. And so he's very busy in Hollywood, making big films. You heard some of the names he's working with, so he's not fooling around. He's not just making little short films that he's hoping somebody will watch someday, right? He's making important films, you know, like I said, Bandit, you know, with Mel Gibson, and, you know, now he's working with Harvey Keitel, and he's working with Mickey Rourke. He's, you know, Matt Rife. He's working with you know, some named people that people know. So that's really cool. Good to have him on. You know, we've had John Cooper, Rudy Sarzo, Lacey Sturm, John Elefante, you know, reality TV stars, you know what I mean? We've had musicians, actors, you name it. We've had some pretty decent guests on the show, but we don't have anybody working for us to get these people on. So it's just kind of working to try to get the people on. And a lot of times some guests that we go after don't pan out. They don't work. They don't come on, or they don't want to come on, or the timing's not right. So, but I don't know. We're going to have to have a serious discussion after season 5 here, whether we continue. This has been a blast. If this season is our season, our breakthrough season, and things take off, then we'll reassess that. But I'm not calling it quits just yet, is what I'm saying, because we've got some good fans. You guys send me some private messages, which is cool. And I know my dad's a big fan of the show. And another shout out to Pops. What's up, Pops?
Hey, Joe.
And so, but we do have, I tried to line up a handful of guests to come on today, but what the hard thing is when you're only recording one day, trying to get people's schedules to align on that. You know, we have day jobs, so we can only do this recordings at night after work or on the weekends. And so getting other people to line up their schedules with our schedule is often difficult. So, but I don't know about you, Mark, but I've been having a good time doing it anyways.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I agree with you on a lot of things there on what you said, though. So anyhow, says, I've had a police car come up. I'm outside. I guess anybody who's watching this can tell that I'm outside. This isn't the inside of my house. I'm on my screen.
Unless you're at Disney World.
There's a police car that's gone up. Well, actually, a police wagon that's gone up and down my cul-de-sac now. This is the second time. They're going slowly. They're going slowly. There's really nothing going on down at the end of my street, though. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, me sitting out here on my porch is about as crazy as it gets here in this part of North Versailles that I live in. I mean, well, you've been here many times. Like, there's just nothing that goes on. Every now and then there's a couple kids in the neighborhood, but.
Well, you have some excitement. Why don't you stop a cop and bring him on the show? We'll interview him. We'll have some fun on our 5th anniversary show.
It's not like the old days when I used to know most of the police officers around here, Now I don't, one or two of them, I know, but not like the old days where people, you'd sit there and have some real conversations with them and all that. But no, we'll just go through the season and see what happens and evaluate it. That there's a couple other things I'm looking to do too, and all that. Not that it really has any real distraction from this by any means. This doesn't take.
I've seen a lot of other podcasts maybe last 1 or 2 seasons and then they're done with it. So the fact that we've been doing this now, this is our 5th season, I think is pretty cool, regardless of how successful we've been or, to get the guests that we've had on this show with the efforts, the minimal effort. I wouldn't say minimal. There were some efforts and, the ability to promote the show. And the idea for us to get the sponsors was that so that we could promote it on multiple platforms like YouTube, like Rumble, like, not just Facebook. Right now, basically most of our viewers and fans have been on Facebook. And that also really hasn't translated to people liking the page or subscribing. So whatever platform you're on right now, do us a huge favor and like and subscribe to the show here. If you're on YouTube, hit that little bell and get notifications whenever we have a new show come up. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you like the page, not just this post. Go to the page, like the page. And sometimes it's like pulling teeth with people that your friends and family that won't even like the page because I don't know whether they're lazy, they don't know how to do it, or whatever the situation is. But we could use your help in growing our audience and then seeing where we can take it from here. See if we go past season 5. Anyways, so we'll take another short break here, and we'll be back with another special surprise guest in a second. Hang in there.
Blabber Brains.
This is Cindy from Backstage with Mothership, and I wanted to wish Blabber Brains a happy anniversary. 5 years, guys. Congratulations. Well done. And I pray many more years to come.
Well, happy 5th anniversary to the Blabber Brains Show. It's your boy Dustin Pari from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International. Currently out here on tour with the Ghosts You Believe show, going from theater to theater, town to town. I think I'm in Columbus tonight. I'm kind of getting to that point of the tour. I'm going to have to start writing the name of the town on my forearm or something so that when I want like the cheap crowd pop, to be, hey, Springfield, it's great to be here. We thought they knew how to rock over in Shelbyville. That kind of thing. So, so I'm out here doing this, but I'm glad you're still there doing that. 5 years is a hell of accomplishment. Congratulations to you. All the best, and I look forward to returning to the show again sometime. Keep it real. Keep it something. Just keep it.
Hey, happy 5th anniversary, Blabber Brains. It's Frank Nicotero here, straight from the South Point Casino. Punchlines with Frank Nicotero. Anyway, I had a blast being on with you guys anytime I can talk Pittsburgh sports, and it was a lot of fun. So congratulations on your 5th anniversary. I shot it this way. This is kind of more like the Twitter way. Should I send one sideways? I don't know maybe I'll send another one. But anyway, congratulations, guys. You deserve it. You guys do a great program, and continued success.
Hey, everybody. I want to wish my good friends, Mike and Mark over at Blabber Brains, a happy 5th anniversary, and keep up with the good work, guys.
Blabber Brains.
And the party continues. Happy 5th anniversary show. Blabber Brains Show.
Yeah.
We are so happy to welcome back to the show Rocky LaPorte. Everybody, let's give him a good round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
Hey, it's so funny because we just had Keli Price on, who kicked off our 4th season, and thinking back, you actually kicked off our 3rd season. You were the first guest on our 3rd season. Only I guess we didn't have a show in April or May or June because it was our 4th of July show. So
it's actually only your 4-year, 9-month anniversary.
Well, yeah, it was a little late celebration, but it was season 3, episode 1. We missed our anniversary, but it was still the first episode of season 3. So now here you are back at the first episode of season 5. And we know from the results of seeing how busy you are that just the mere being on Blabber Brains Show made your career just take off like a rocket ship. And,
that's right. I had to wait 2 years to get back on. That's how.
In fact, I hear they're bringing Cheers back to bring you back into the mix.
That's the rumor out there. That's the rumor.
It's supposed to be a Hollywood secret.
Well, it's great to have you back on there, Rocky. And so we wanted to get you back on the show. We want to find out what's going on with you lately, how much more successful you've been since season 3. And we know that we're sorry that you probably got flooded and inundated with people wanting you to come work for, at their establishment since being on Blabber Brains Show. But I'm sure in the end it's going to work out all for the better. So what do you got going on, sir?
Well, this weekend I'm gonna paint the garage and mow the lawn.
Okay,
so
there you go.
I got that coming up.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do. There's a thing. Everybody did those dry bars. Those.
Yeah, we talked about that last time you were on your dry bar special.
Yeah, I didn't like. You know what happened the first time? I was one of the first guys to do it. And back then, you went to Utah and you did it in front of Mormon audience,
Right.
You had to be squeaky clean, all that stuff. And They wanted everybody to do an hour. Well, after a couple months, they found out there's not a lot of people that have a clean hour. So then they shortened it to like a half hour now, you know? But I wasn't crazy because mine was one of the first. They didn't really have a warm-up guy. I went up cold. It was kind of weird, and I didn't feel comfortable. So I'm going to ask to reshoot it. I would like to reshoot that, And now there's a guy doing a thing called wet bar where I guess, you could drink at it.
Right.
And I think they're going to start shooting them in Florida. So I think I got one of them coming up. So that's kind of cool. The more, exposure you get, the better it is,
Right. Yeah, no, they've been pretty successful with a lot of comedians. And, Dry Bar started off, it was I'm not sure if it was originally crowdfunded through Angel. I think it was. They're the ones who started it. They're the same people who did The Chosen and stuff. And, but I think even after it launched, they were doing crowdfunding to get more money in to try to take it to the next level and do that. So it's been pretty successful from that standpoint.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird though, because after you taped it, you kind of had to go out and beg people for money. So once they recouped their money for shooting it, then you saw a little bit of, but I haven't really been pushing it because I wasn't crazy about the whole thing. I thought it wasn't set up right, for me. And it's not their fault. It was early on, when you learn to go,
So you say you may be doing the wet bar?
Yeah, there's a thing called wet bar, and I think they're shooting in Florida. So they asked me to do that. Okay. And I got a date. We got to nail down the date. We have to confirm it.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be cool,
Now we had my buddy Frank Nicotero on our last show, and he said you were going to be coming on his talk show out in Vegas there. What happened with that? Because I thought you were supposed to have been on already.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Vegas about a month ago, but I had to move it. We had some family stuff going on here, so I'm back out there in December. So I'll tape it then. Frank's a good guy. He's
a real good guy.
Are you guys out of Pittsburgh too? Right? Are
He's
you guys
Pittsburgh too. Yeah.
guys?
Him, Billy Gardell. There's a lot of guys out of Pittsburgh. Steve Burns out of Pittsburgh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Steve's a good guy.
Yeah, he had a show called Sullivan and Son, and with Dan Lauria played his dad, and Vince Vaughn, I think, and Peter Billingsley were the executive producers of that show. But it was about a bar. I
remember I saw a couple episodes.
Yeah, so it was based in Pittsburgh. The show was based in Pittsburgh. It lasted a couple seasons. I think it was on for like 2 or 3 seasons. It's pretty good, pretty decent show. But he goes to the Steeler games and does rallies and stuff with the Steelers and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you guys had a decent draft. We gave you both of our old quarterbacks, Trubisky and. So don't hold that against me.
Well, I don't know about Fields yet. If the jury's kind of maybe still out on that, but we'll see.
We're talking about using them as a punt returner. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did. I find that hard to believe.
I find it hard to believe too. But
why would you
never
put
know.
a quarterback in that spot? You know
what? They got a 6th round draft pick for the guy. He was better running than he was quarterback. He couldn't read defenses. But he could run. He could find holes and run. And honestly, I think he'll do better there than at quarterback because he would throw into triple coverage. I don't know how many times,
Well, I'm remaining cautiously optimistic about this season. I think they're probably still going to be like a 9-8 team. They didn't change the coach. They did change the offensive coordinator, so maybe something changes there. But I don't know.
You guys had Tomlin forever, right?
He's going into his
tripping people.
Season.
Remember when he used to check the guys coming down the sideline?
Yeah, he stood on the field. Yeah, he actually got a penalty for that. And
that helps. Just like a 12th man on the field.
He wasn't even very slick about it. He just kind of turned his back and he's looking over his shoulder, like, "Am I in his way?" You know?
Doesn't he know there's cameras everywhere?
Yeah. Especially on the head coach, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Yes. It's not like you're the ball boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, geez. And you got Tom Brady out there, in his roast, I guess. And here's the thing. He admitted to Deflategate, but he did it in a joking way so that it could still be in question. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but he basically said that the NFL spent $20 million to get to the bottom of Deflategate. He goes, all they had to do was pay me the $20 million, and I would have told him I did it.
All they had to do was squeeze the ball.
So all he basically what he was saying was, if they would have given me $20 million, I would have confessed to anything. But at the same time, I think he was deliberately doing that so that he could put it out there and say, hey, well, I already confessed to it. But at the same time, it's like with a wink and a nod, but did I confess to it? You know what I mean? Because I was joking around. And I don't know. I didn't
remember
find
one year they were taping the Jets. They're stealing their signals and taping all their stuff at the game. They had a hidden camera. I was like,
They did that with the Steelers too. As a matter of fact, the Patriots got fined for taking the signals from the Steelers in the AFC Championship game. So they prevented the Steelers from going to the Super Bowl because they were stealing their signals.
I'm surprised.
And the only thing they got was like a $25,000 fine or something like that.
I'm surprised they didn't draft a cameraman with their first pick.
Well, Belichick's out of there now, I think. So they're about to start their next chapter also. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Steelers draft.
Now they got to play legally.
Right, exactly.
They got to play by the rules like every other team.
Yeah, it looked like the Bears though were getting good grades on their draft. So I think they got like an A minus.
Wide receivers now, but we don't have no linemen to block for the new quarterback.
Yeah, but when they find someone that can at least throw the ball more than 10 yards, then they're going to have someone to catch it, right?
We picked up some good guys, and and we got a great tight end, but you got to block from. That was always our weak point, was the O-line, you know. So we'll see. They remind me of Buffalo. You remember when Buffalo was scoring like 100 points a game, but their defense gave up like 101? Do you remember? Like, they were really hot for a couple of years, and then I don't know. That's what I worried about. But we'll see. We improved a little bit. You know, we just got to keep it together now. You know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the Pittsburgh Penguins have the same issue. They'll score 5 goals, and you're like, that's more than enough to win a game. But then they give up six or 7 goals. You know, it's just like, you know, you can't win games that way.
Did I tell you when the Cubs, when they beat Cleveland in the World Series? I don't know if I told you this or not. That was that October. Well, literally 6 weeks later, the Cleveland front office hired me to do their Christmas party.
What?
And there's about 400 people there. Did I tell you this?
No,
I don't think so. This doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, so when the guy introduces me, they go, this next guy's from Chicago. I had 400 people booing me all the way to the stage, and I had to walk through the crowd. And I go on stage, I go, I'm a White Sox fan, you idiots. I was rooting for you guys.
I think I heard you. I heard you tell that story to someone else. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, know the room. You know, I mean, just don't just because you're from Chicago, right? It's like saying you're from New York. It doesn't mean you're like a Yankees fan or Mets fan or something
Giants,
like that. You know,
yeah.
I mean? So you got to be able to work, you know, feel that out first before.
Yeah, it's a good way to start the show, throwing you under the bus. You know,
jerks.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So yeah, so when you shortly after the show, you made your way to Pittsburgh. Finally, you took my advice and came into town here. Had 2 shows. The Big M and I got to come down and see you for one in a quaint little establishment in Washington County, and that was a really kind of like it was almost seemed like a speakeasy or something. That place was. It was like like a private little club that, like, you know, only the locals knew about it or something.
But a dingo Joe sent me. You know, the little slide on the door. They had gambling in the back and prostitution. Yeah. And it was fun.
But that was still a good show. But I think that was a pretty good warm up for you for whenever you played. Well, where was he playing?
That theater down in Oakmont.
Yeah, Oakmont, right. And
that was David Michaels, wasn't David Michaels warming up? He's a Pittsburgh guy, and David Kay. I know both of those guys.
David Kay, I know. I don't know about David Michaels.
Yeah, he's a local Pittsburgh guy. He's good. He's a funny guy.
Yeah. The funny thing was, I'll tell you a short little story. My dad was on that show, Monopoly Millionaires Club, as a contestant. I'm not sure if you remember that. It was only on for a few seasons, but Billy Gardell was the host of it. And so my dad won, like, just doing the Florida lottery, second chance type of thing. You know, when they fill out the back of it, they had a drawing for like 200 people to go to Vegas. And so he got a free trip to Vegas with some spending money and stuff like that. But then he also got to go to the taping of the show. And they said, well, some of the people here could end up being contestants on the show. Well, my dad ended up being one of the contestants on the show. Well, Frank Nicotero was the warm-up guy
for
the show. So you have my dad, who, you know, lived many of his years in Pittsburgh, obviously. And then, you know, Billy Gardell and Frank Nicotero. It was like a little Pittsburgh reunion. Then there was another girl on the show there, Judy Bloom. Hi, Judy. Who lives in Vegas. And she's from Pittsburgh. And she was on that show about a couple episodes before my dad, too. So a lot of Pittsburgh connections going on.
Yeah. There's a lot of football. I know Ditka, and I think Montana was from Pennsylvania, right? They had a lot of football players come out of there.
Yep, just outside of Pittsburgh.
Jim Kelly, too.
Jim Kelly.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go on and on and on with the talent that's come out of it. And then, you know, me and Mark, you know, we got the talent just never ends in Pittsburgh.
That's
you know?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
So
Daffy Duck is from Pittsburgh originally.
Daffy
too.
Duck.
Yeah.
No, that was we did have a Daffy Duck. What was the duck on Channel 11?
I don't remember.
There's a guy on Channel 11 here, the news guy, Willie the Duck. That's what it was. He had a puppet named Willie the Duck. It looked more like a mallard. Didn't look anything like Daffy Duck or anything like that. but it was kind of like a staple in Pittsburgh for a while. He had this little puppet called Willie the Duck. I remember even when I was a little kid, I had like a toy one. I had a toy Willie the Duck that were giving away at the local gas station with a Phillips or something like that. Oh. But we have ducks from Pittsburgh too, famous ducks. So
there you go.
So what kind of gigs you got coming up here? Where are you going to be playing next?
I got a couple local things around the Chicagoland area, and then where the hell I'm going? I'm going to Denver, which I really love, at the Comedy Works South. That's a great room. It's fun, and it's good people, and they pay attention. They're like, everybody goes, "Hey, what's your favorite?" Cities are different. They really are. I remember, like if you went to San Francisco or Seattle, the crowds, they really got into it and they paid attention. They weren't there to just drink and get hammered. Right? Like in say Louisiana. like
that's the whole purpose of Louisiana, is to go there and drink and get drunk and stuff.
It's funny. Every time I go down there, they give you crap for being from the North. Like they call you a Yankee and all that.
Right.
And how good how great the South is. And I go, let me ask. I go, if the South is so much better than the North, how come every time something goes wrong, people go, man, shit went south real fast? It came from somewhere, right?
That's true, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. But we just want to keep people up to date with what you got going on. Again, we're going to flash your social media stuff up there. Thanks, so that people can keep in touch with you on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm not sure if you're on X or not, but wherever good people can find the Rocky LaPorte playing, keep up to date with them. And you gotta. I see you're back making fun of your sister Joyce again, so that's good. Don't stop that. She's an easy target, though, right?
Yeah, she just got out of the joint, so I could make fun of her again. She was away for a while. She got a full ride to the Tennessee Women's Correctional Facility.
Well, I'm sure she enjoys the ribbing, but and I know we talked about that last time. But anyways, you're a great guy, Rocky. You're very funny, and we appreciate you coming back on the show here, celebrating our 5th anniversary. Wait, we got making noise. That doesn't make any noise. Wait, we got a little pop. There you go. There you go. We got some popping going on there.
Well, happy anniversary, guys.
Thanks a lot, Rocky. And we wish you the best of luck. And we know that being on here the second time, your career is going to go even twice as far than it did before.
Right.
So
I'm going Rocky back LaPorte, to Zelienople. They want me back because of this show.
Zelienople. There, you got to go to Zelienople. Yeah, that was a great joint. So, back in Pittsburgh sometime soon. And the Big M and I will come out and we'll watch you again. I promise you that. As long as I'm in town, we will come out and see you and support you.
I'd like that, guys. It'd be good to see you both.
Take care. We'll see you later. We'll be right back,
guys.
See you, Rocky.
After this little break.
See you, Mark. Bye.
Blabber Brains.
Oh, hey, Blabber Brains. Yeah. Hey, I want to wish you dudes a happy 5th anniversary. Yeah, before Blabber Brains, I was like, ignorant to like news events and current events and celebrity events. And I was just like floating around like a sea of ignorance and stupidity. But now with the Blabber Brains you dudes invented, I'm fulfilled. So I want to salute you and thank you for your service. You just rock. Go for another 5. Let's do it. All right, Blabber Brains.
Hey, Mike. How's it going, buddy? 5 years on the show. That's beautiful. Congrats. Keep it going, man. Talk at you soon. See ya. Bye.
Hey, Mike and Mark. It's Jeff James. Just wanted to congratulate you on 5 great years of Blabber Brains. I was honored to be a small part of it, and wishing you nothing but the best moving forward. And here's not just to 5 more years, but to 50 more years of the great shows that you do. Congratulations.
Hey guys, happy anniversary. Happy 5th anniversary. It's a big deal. Congratulations. And hopefully
Hey, this is Chip from Chip and the Charge Ups, and we want to wish a happy 5th anniversary to our friends at the Blabber Brains Show. Keep rocking, guys.
Blabber Brains.
welcome back to Blabber Brains Show 5th anniversary special. Woohoo! What a show it's been. Hey, Keli Price, Rocky LaPorte. We had the first guest from our 3rd and 4th season back on the show here to kick off season 5. And boy, Rocky's hysterical. But one thing I forgot to mention, I really wanted to mention about his daughter, Tony. She's going through a bout of cancer. We'll put the links in the description down below to, if you could possibly help out. They have a GoFundMe. As Rocky was telling me, he was trying to do everything he could. He thought he could, help out. Hey, I want to be the dad here. But if you've ever had hospital bills mount up, how fast and how high they can get, especially if you're going through cancer and stuff. I mean, I know that myself, but, so anyways, if you feel like helping out, just even a couple of dollars, Rocky's such a great dude. And, we feel for his daughter. If you can't give any money, maybe keep her in your prayers. And whatever you can do, if you want to share the link, the GoFundMe on social media, please feel free to do that. That's just as good as giving, if you ask me. And I look like a unicorn or a rhino there, so we'll get that off the head there. So anyways, we really appreciated those that sent in happy anniversary messages to us as well. We'll be promoting those along with this show. We want to thank all of the brainiacs out there for hanging with us for 4 full years as we go into our 5th season. We appreciate that. I mean, this is, if it was just Mark, let me take you back one quick second, okay? Just to where this began. This began during COVID because Mark and I used to hang out in the cigar bars and just bantering and chatting about, and the people who were there, including the bartenders and whoever, kind of got a kick out of our conversations. And, he and I can get loud when we talk, so you can hear our conversations. We don't whisper to each other or anything that. And so we're like, we couldn't hang out in the cigar bar during COVID. So we're like, wait, let's still do this, but let's just entertain the world with it. Then
the bar we were hanging out at shut down the cigar bar a couple months before the whole COVID thing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. They turned it into a speakeasy for some stupid reason. But anyway, so that's what got this whole thing rolling, and never even really intended for us to have the guest on that we did. And we just feel so blessed that we've had the guest on that we've had, and the time with them and the interviews. And, Mark and I know even when we're off camera, we enjoy blabbering about stuff. I mean, some of the stuff we probably have had some of our better conversations when we're just he and I together just talking, and we try to translate that over when we're on the show here. So hopefully it entertains you to some degree. And maybe there's some things that you learn. Maybe you learn a few things when we talk. Like when we do our blabber boast, and maybe you take our word for when something's really good and you go out and try it yourself. We hope that you do, because, again, we're not getting paid by those people. We're telling you in earnest that we like these things. So we're being honest with it because no one's paying us to say so. But
unfortunately, nobody's paying us to say so.
So if you are a sponsor out there, or you know somebody who would love to sponsor this show and keep this thing rolling. Look, I know a lot of podcasts out there that only lasted 1 or 2 seasons, right? And maybe some of that is because of the fact that they couldn't get a sponsor. The fact that we are here kicking off season 5 is just amazing to me that we've gone this long. And but if we would still love to get some sponsorships to see if we can keep it going or whatever. So reach out to us. I always seem to forget about talking about those of you on audio stream. We have a big audience on audio stream, such as Spotify and iHeartRadio and, Apple Podcast. I can see the data on that. So I know you're listening. I know you're tuning in. And we really appreciate you. You can't see all the goofy stuff that we do here because you're just listening in audio. But whether you're listening in audio or watching the video, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to, hopefully get entertained by us gooks right here. And look at this here. 5. All right. That's enough of that. We did it. We got through the fifth. Wait, I got one more popper. Holy smokes. We can't end without, I got a mess to clean up here anyway, so I might as well do this here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It was a dud. Oh, well.
Dollar Tree.
Isn't that the way to end the show? All right. For the big M over there, I'm Michael Kadri. We will see you next time. Oh, wait, let's just, I also want to thank Rocky LaPorte and Keli Price one more time for being on the show. We'll see you next time on Blabber Brains Show.
See ya.